point of submission. Then please let's proceed. Honorable Fatiat, please introduce yourself. You are one of the newest MPs.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I am Mohammed Fatiat Nombo, Youth MP for Was.
Honorable Ibrahim.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Ibrahim. I'm here to receiving a
Honorable Ibrahim, you are here to be given.
I wasn't given a constituency.
You haven't been sitting. Contact the Youth Impact Parliament number as soon as possible for you to be designated a constituency.
Okay, thank you very much.
So, Honorable Paul Logan, please, you have the floor.
Thank you. Right, Honorable Speaker. My name is John Addo, MP4 Ayentuano, but I'm currently using a friend's email. That's why it's Paul Logan, but I'm John Addo. And ranking member for Intelligence Committee. Thank you.
Very, very well, Speaker. Speaker, please, is it because I raised my hand or it's
your
my
turn
turn
to introduce yourself?
Introduce myself. Okay, very much. Thank you very much, Speaker. I go by the name Samson Setrafia, a member of the Majority Caucus, and then the first Deputy Majority Whip. I'm also the Vice Chairperson for the Publicity Committee. Not to forget that I represent the good people of the Akuya constituency. I thank you very much, Speaker. Am I audible?
Honorable Silastete, please, it's your turn.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker and honorable members. Good evening. I am Silas Tettegah, Youth MP at that constituency and the chair to the Committee on Cost of Living. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Silastete. Honorable Richmond Bonsu, please introduce yourself to the House. Honorable Richmond Bonsu, please use your turn.
Mr. Speaker, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Richmond Osaibonsu, the MP for Youth MP for Kumau District, and then the Vice President for the Human Rights Committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Richmond. Honorable Innocent. Honorable Innocent Amedeka, please, you have gotten to your turn. Honorable Innocent. Then let's move to Honorable Hubert Agbaxode.
All right. Thank you very much. Right, Honorable Speaker. I'm Hubert Agbaxode, the Youth MP for Akatsi North constituency and the Majority Leader for the Third Parliament, and also the Chairman for the Business Committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Hubert Agbaxode. Honorable members, I believe everyone in the House today have introduced his or herself, except Honorable Innocent Amedeka. Honorable members, I would like us to give another chance to Honorable Innocent to introduce himself to the House before we proceed. Honorable Innocent, please, you have the floor. So, honorable members, please let's proceed to the next item on our order paper, which is item 6, Business Committee Report. So we hereby call on the Majority Leader, who is the chairperson of the Business Committee, to lay the report before the House. Honorable Hubert, please, you may do so.
Hello, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Hubert, you have the floor.
Hello.
Hello, Honorable Hubert. You are audible. Please, you have the floor.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. This is the Business Committee report in the second session of the fourth Parliament of Youth Impact Parliament, YIP Ghana of Youth Impact Movement. So, for the first session of the second session of, for the first sitting of the second session of the lower chamber of Youth Impact Parliament, Ghana, on Wednesday, January 22, 2025. So before the commencement of business, we already had the opening prayer and then the administration of oaths for the youth MPs. And then we had the communication from founders. We have the communication from Right Honorable Speaker. And then we just did the official introduction of youth member of parliament and
Honorable Hubert, please, we have a challenge in hearing you.
Speaker, I think my leader's network is not really stable, so we kind of finding it really a challenge.
Yes, I've observed same, Honorable Samson. Um, Honorable Hubert, please, could you disconnect and reconnect again? Or if possible, you can get to a better place where the network connectivity is quite stronger. Honorable members, as we wait for the majority leader to rejoin, let us use the opportunity, let us give the opportunity for Honorable McCaffrey to introduce. Honorable Hubert, you are back.
Yes, sorry for that.
Okay, please
Yeah,
proceed.
yeah. Okay. So these committees have been directed by the Right Honorable Speaker at our previous or the last joint sitting we had in December on specific directive given by the Speaker. So they will present their reports. So after that, we have the end of business for the day, and then we adjourn to the seventh parliamentary sitting in February. That will be an in-person sitting. Thank you very much. This is the business committee report. And I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. If there is any other addition or subtraction, any comment is welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Hubert, the majority leader. Please, the business committee report has been laid before the House. Please, any contributions or inputs? Any comments? Honorable members, any comment to the business committee report?
Very well, Speaker.
Honorable
Speaker,
Samson.
okay, thank you very much, Speaker, for the opportunity. I humbly want to thank the leader for the business committee report. Just to differ that looking at the business for the day, I can see that we really have a lot of things to go through. So, Speaker, humbly, I need your guidance that looking at the committees we have today, I had wished that maybe we would have some of the committees presenting before others. But then they are all in today's business. So this really means that we have a lot of business to do tonight. So in doing so, with your guidance, Speaker, I would plead that even though we have them in this order, you on your directive you call them as and when those committees ready, so that we'll be able to move and then wrap up within time. So when a certain committee is supposed to present and then um, they are not ready and there is no representation, because it quite happened before, I remember during the previous parliament. So if they are not ready, it could also help us to fast track the activities of the day. I humbly submit, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Samson. It's, Honorable Samson, it will be considered. I know it's not every committee chairperson that is here today. So I believe when we get to item 7, when I call on the committee chairperson and it's not here, the ranking member, if he's available, can present the report on behalf of the committee. And if the ranking member is also not available, then we'll call on any member of that committee to present the report on behalf of the whole committee. But honorable members, I want to say for a fact that we cannot take the entirety of all the reports you have all gathered. So, if possible, you can summarize the report. You give us the points or summarize it for us so that we can take it, so that the answer department can take it as if they will record it as if you have read the whole report to the house. I hope it's fine by the house. Well, for you to save us time.
Very, very accepted, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, thank you very much, honorable members. Honorable members, then let's proceed to item 7 on our order paper, which is presentation of reports by standing committees. Honorable members, I directed the chairperson, the committee, which is headed by Honorable Akatsi. I directed that the committee should examine the ministers and deputy ministers designated by the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, for assessment and provide a detailed report on their competencies and track record. And report today. Honorable members, I want to call on the chairperson of the Appointments Committee, Honorable Akatsi, to present the report to the House. It seems
Okay.
Honorable.
Thank.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Honorable Godfred.
Right, Honorable.
Honorable Godfred.
Um, please, can I talk? Right, Honorable.
Please, you may proceed.
Please, am I audible?
You are very audible,
Okay.
Honorable
Thank you. Right,
Godfred.
Honorable. Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to present the appointment committee report. Mr. Speaker, I am Honorable Godfred. I'm a vice chair. I am the vice chair for the appointment committee of Parliament and the Youth MP for Cape Coast North. It is quite unfortunate, Mr. Speaker, that the chairman of the appointment committee, who doubles as the deputy speaker of Parliament, Honorable Akatsi, is absent from sitting today. Hence, I have the ultimate call as the vice chair to step in for him and present the report. Mr. Speaker, your directives were very clear, and I quote, Mr. Speaker hereby directs the committee to examine the ministers and deputy ministers designated by President John Mahama for assessment and provide a detailed report on their competencies and track record, and report at assessment and report at the general sitting of Parliament. Unquote. Mr. Speaker, however, it is apparent that the President has been nominating his ministers in batches. And if my memory serves me right, the last batch of ministers were nominated just yesterday, that is 21st of January 2025. Due to this, it has become almost impossible for us as the appointment committee to work on the newly designated ministers in less than 24 hours after their nomination. And again, Mr. Speaker, as of today, there has not been any nomination of even a single deputy minister by the President of the Republic. For this reason, Mr. Speaker, we are unable to provide any report on deputy ministers. So, Mr. Speaker, I hereby, on behalf of the chair of the appointment committee and the whole of the appointment committee, beg your pardon, Mr. Speaker, to allow us to present our reports in our next sitting. As it stands now, it is an incomplete report based on your directives, and that is no fault of ours. It is due to the delay from the presidency. So we hope that full nomination will be made by the President of the Republic before we have our next parliamentary sitting, which is scheduled to be in February. With that, once again, we humbly beg for your pardon and I humbly submit. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Godfred. Points well made. It's true. It's not the fault of the committee. This is beyond your scope. So I know this challenge is beyond the committee. So I will gladly give you up to our next sitting for you to report on the directives. With this said, let's move to the business committee. Honorable
Thank you,
Hubert.
Mr. Speaker. We are most grateful.
Honorable Hubert. Honorable Hubert have left the call. The ranking member for the business committee. Any member from the business committee? The honorable members, without wasting much time, let's move to the next committee. Education committee. Education committee, which is headed by Honorable Samson Doche. Honorable Samson is not here. Honorable members, he has given me an indication that he will join the meeting later. He is currently in class. So please, let's keep the education committee and move on to the entertainment committee, which is headed by Honorable Divine. Honorable Divine. It looks hey, all the chairpersons are not in the chamber. Then let's move to the next committee. External Affairs Committee. Honorable Innocent. Honorable Innocent has also left the chamber. Wow.
Hello,
Finance
Mr.
Committee.
Speaker.
Um,
I think
Honorable.
yes, please. So aside for me, my only challenge here is the network hitches. Sometimes your voice or a different speaker's voice is breaking. Sometimes it's okay. So I don't know if they are experiencing the same issue that's making them join and leave, join and leave. I'm also noticing that most of our honorable members are not on the call. I honestly cannot tell why.
Thank you very much, Honorable Fatias, for the submission. For the network challenges, it seems beyond our control, but for honorable members not joining, that one I can't tell why they are not here, because this sitting was supposed to be done last week, but the cluster head um, pleaded on the committee chairperson's behalf that they have not finished their reports yet. So, if possible, we should postpone our sitting. That's why we are having it today. So I'm very shocked. We have low attendance in the chamber today. It's because of the convenience and to get a bigger attendance. That's why we moved to the virtual sitting for today's sitting. So for honorable members not joining, I can't tell, but I hope they join in the course of the sitting. So since Honorable Hubert Agbaxode is here, please, Honorable Hubert, please proceed to give us the report from the business committee.
Hello, Right Honorable.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm having a very terrible network challenge here, but I'll try. I have to go up and down room elsewhere to get a proper connectivity. Yeah, I hope everybody can hear me.
Yes, you are audible.
Am I being heard?
Please proceed.
Yes,
Yes,
please, I
yes,
can hear
leader.
you.
Leader, we can hear you very loud and clear.
Hello.
Leader, we
Please
can hear
proceed.
you loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. So this is the business committee report in the second session of the fourth Parliament of Youth Impact Parliament, Ghana of Youth Impact Movement, at the first sitting of the second session of the lower chamber of Youth Impact Parliament, Ghana. So the speaker's directive. The speaker hereby directs that the committee to prepare a general motion to be at the subsequent sitting in the second session and reports at the general sitting of Parliament. So the committee is composed of myself being the chairperson, Hubert Agbaxode, and also Honorable Braxton Dixon, Honorable Belief Agoso, Honorable Magbless Domovenu, Honorable Stephen Gator, and then Nelly Ofori Echampo as secretary. And then we have Honorable Robert Kobla Alavi, Honorable Charles Jeho, and then Honorable Innocent Amadeka. So upon key deliberations, the committee came up with motions which are stated below. And one of the motions is should potential employers consider an applicant's social media during a job application. So this particular motion came up with the view that now youth on social media just go in all in the name of freedom of speech in sort of throw foul languages to leaders that are even supposed to be their fathers or that can be their fathers or great grandfathers or leaders of great respect in society. So when potential employers take these things into consideration, it will lessen the use of foul languages on our social media. And then one of the motion that the committee proposed is, are cameras on drones effective in maintaining security in public spaces, or are they a violation of privacy? So when we all see the drones, let's say drones being used at functions or other places, we see that cameras are being fixed at it. So these cameras at times captures people's privacy because we have uh, okay, it captures people's privacy, which is not supposed to be done. So the committee also recommend that to the house. And also one of one of the motion being proposed by the committee is, should churches and religious institutions pay taxes? So this also springs up during some time ago that we could see that almost everybody wants to open a church. The churches are even becoming more, and even if you listen to some name, it's good to go to church, but some of the churches, I beg to differ. It's something that we have to take a holistic look at, because most of them now are always in for the money, and then they don't even pay taxes. So the committee also recommends the house to watch that. And then one of the motion the committee also recommended is, do electronic voting machine makes electoral process more efficient. So this current motion came up during, this motion actually was actually recommended in the sense that we could all attest to the fact that this current election that we had, we could all see the number of violence that took place, and then the number of people that lost their life. So when we go for an electronic voting, we would do it devoid of people coming into contact with each other face to face. So the committee is also recommending to the house that when this motion or goes through it and being accepted, it will kind of lessen the violence being that we all see during election and other electoral malpractices. And then one of the motion that the committee also recommended was that, should election day be made in, into a holiday? So we could all attest to the fact that one of the churches, which is the ARS, during the December 7th election, they proposed that that day, particular day, should be made a holiday because they will go to church. And we know all how ARS, is it ARS or one of the church proposed, I stand to be corrected, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, one of the church made a suggestion that that day, actually Saturday, should be made a holiday. And if we should take that church alone, most of the organizations that operate in this country at times don't give that chance to the people to go out their ballot. So the committee also saw the need to propose this motion to the House for a debate. And then last but not the least, should government start banning plastic bags and plastic packaging materials? That's also one of the motion that the committee is suggesting to the House. So plastic waste is something that is becoming a life-threatening and very hazardous to our environment and then our life. So the committee also recommended that this motion should be taken into key consideration and debated, or a well debate should be given onto it to probably issue a white paper, probably to the government of the day. So these motions that I've already stated are the ones that the business committee deems it fit that they are necessary. But these motions all are subject to review, taking into consideration pressing motions that might come up in the course of the day. Tomorrow, we might wake up and something will happen that we need to debate on. So these motions are not the final one. Other motions will be coming. Let's say in a motion, something might happen in March. We will be celebrating the anniversary, independence anniversary in March, and a debate might spark in the country where we would have the need to go in for that debate and not necessarily going for what is stated here. So this is just to clarify things on the debates or the motions being stated here by the business committee. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. And this is the business committee reports on your directive. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Hubert Agbaxode, the majority leader, for laying the report. Honorable members, any comments or input to the report? Honorable Gabriel.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. And please, I have a problem. Did it include the post-election violence that has been taking place for some time now, and also regarding the incident of Obuasi? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Gabriel. Honorable Hubert, I hope you heard him. As you said, your report is subject to review. So please, you can do the needful and add it. Any other comment to the report? Honorable Emmanuel. Honorable Akpabli Emmanuel. Please, you have the floor. Um, Honorable Samson, let's hear you.
Okay, very well, Speaker. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Speaker. I just want to commend the Honorable Leader for the work done. Actually, leadership skills or what we are actually learning. And this is what living the learning or whatever we are learning, we are putting it into practice. He has also exhibited some level of proactiveness. So he will be able to, or he was able to take the report into the future, and then though it's been subjected to review, but then he was able to tell us their plans. So I think that this very brief report from the leader is very commendable from the business report. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much, Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Thank you very much, Honorable Samson. Please, any other comments on the business committee report? Honorable members, in the absence of no further comments or deliberations, the report of the business committee is hereby adopted by the House.
Yeah.
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 Honorable members, let's proceed to the External Affairs Committee, chaired by Honorable Innocent Amedeka. It seems Honorable Innocent is not here, so the ranking member can do us the honor and present the report on behalf of the committee. Any member from the External Affairs Committee can do the needful on behalf of the committee. Please, honorable members, let's move to the Finance Committee. Anyone from the Finance Committee? Health and Safety Committee. Intelligence Committee. Organizing Committee. Petitions Committee. Publicity Committee. Publicity Committee.
Okay. Speaker.
Honorable Samson.
Okay. Thank you very much, Speaker. Okay, I think I saw another hand up. I don't know if that is my chair. Speaker, please kindly recognize him, then I'll come back.
Honorable Emmanuel Yante.
Right, Honorable Speaker. Please, I am for organizing committee, just that my chair is not around. So if the permit will be given to me to present on the committee's behalf, I'll be glad.
Well noted. Please, you may proceed with the report. Honorable Emmanuel, you may proceed with the report.
Okay, right, Honorable Speaker. That's from the organizing committee. The report of the organizing committee meeting that was held on December 30th, 2024. As the chairperson of the organizing committee, it is a privilege to share with the Honorable House the key outcome and then the recommendation from our meeting. Now, in accordance with the directive from Mr. Speaker, Our meeting focused on addressing the logistical arrangement for the Youth Impact Parliament's meeting. Specifically, we aim to identify a convenient and a low-cost meeting venue that will facilitate our operations and enable us to achieve our objectives. And so, with the organizing committee, it's comprised of dedicated members who have worked tirelessly to ensure the success of Youth Impact Parliament. Our committee members bring a wealth of expertise and experience, which has been invaluable in driving our efforts forward. All right, so our meeting deliberation centered on two key areas, which was the first one, securing a meeting venue. And so we identified four potential venues that offer opportunities for marketing and promoting in exchange for what usage. And so we actually went to Evangelical Presbyterian University campus, and then we did some inquiries over there, and they were giving us the assurances that when we come and then ask permission in terms of rewriting officially to the place, they will be able to help us. But before then, they need to know our aims and objectives. And then the one who is actually heading us so that we can actually have one collaboration and then know what to do and what not to do. And if there will be any payment that we will make, they will subsidize it for us. And then our next place was the Nurses Training College. We were actually looking at their long haul, but it happened that they said the long haul, they can't just leave it out for us. But the second option is the Podo Lecture Hall, where we were asked to provide our goals and aims of the Youth Impact Parliament again. And so with that, we were planning to get in touch with a speaker so that we can write officially to them. I think the third place also was a Windsor Hotel Conference Room. We've been there and then we made some inquiries as well, which is available at a low cost of 300 cedis plus utility fees. And then the last one, which is Church of Pentecost, Dome Central. There, it's like they have two chapels. The first one is the old chapel, and then they have a new. They've moved from the old one, and then they are using the new one. So we were also of a view that since the old one is still in good condition, if they can allow us to use there for our meetings, since it's not everyday thing, once in a blue moon, and they were like, okay, if that will be the case, still we have to come and then see them officially with our leader. So with this, Mr. Speaker, the organizing committee is committed to ensure the success of the Youth Impact Parliament. And so we believe that securing a convenient and a low-cost meeting venue is essential to our operation, and we look forward to working with this honorable house to achieve our objective. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. And this is the organizing committee's report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Honorable Emmanuel Nyante, for presenting the report on behalf of the organizing committee. Honorable members, any inputs? Honorable Godson.
All right, Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. I would say that the organizing committee is really doing well. By then, Mr. Speaker, my network disturbed, so I couldn't hear the last part of the people or the church that the organizing committee went to for assistance. He mentioned that they have two chapels and one is old, but I didn't hear the name of the church. So if Honorable Emmanuel can clarify that, I'll be very glad. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Godson. Honorable Emmanuel.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, honorable member. The name of the church is the Church of Pentecost, Hodome Central, close to the municipal assembly.
So, honorable members, with that, I believe Honorable Godson is satisfied. Honorable Kulamon Godfred, please any inputs?
Yeah, good. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. I'm Godfrey Kolam. I'm Honorable Godfrey Kolam. During his submission, it made mention of Evangelical Presbyterian University College. Actually, I want to find out the venue, whether it's in Ho or outside Ho. I didn't hear anything, maybe the location of the school or the university. So I want to find out from the Honorable Chair whether the location is in Ho or outside Ho. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable
Oh,
Godfred.
okay. All right.
Um,
That's a EP University, close to Hopoji A or Mauko Senior High School.
Please, is it in whole central or outside? That's what I don't know much about it. So I mean the
Oh, okay.
location precise.
Yes. So it's in Ho Central.
Okay, okay, thank you. My question is answered.
so, any other submissions on the report? In the absence of any further deliberations, the organizing committee report is hereby adopted by the House. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Uh,
Honorable Emmanuel, for that report. Please, you may now lower your hand. Honorable members, let's move to the Privileges Committee, chaired by Honorable Ediako Madlisa, the second Deputy Speaker of the House. Honorable Madeline, please you may proceed to present your report to the House. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, honorable members, it seems she's not yet ready. So please let's proceed to the Publicity Committee. Publicity Committee. Honorable Samson.
Thank you, Speaker, for the opportunity to actually stand in for. I need to double up for the committee. I was actually in consultation with the chairperson, and then he made mention that maybe he might not make it, but then we've done the necessary arrangements to represent. So I want to, on behalf of the committee, and then in accordance with our own standing orders, Order 118, which actually instituted the Publicity Committee, and then with your own directive, Speaker, with your own directive, and I read YIP can gain more publicity that is that has its parliamentary activities to the public, promote transparency, and report at the January sitting of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, we've met as a committee, and then we've done a little paperwork. But then I'll try my possible best to just summarize what we've done, and then Hamza will capture the entire document. In doing so, I hereby proceed, Mr. Speaker. YIP serve as a vital link between the movement and then that is the publicity committee, serve as a vital link between the movement and then the public, ensuring effective communication and then engagement. And in the fourth parliament, the committee executed several key initiatives and addressed challenges to fulfill its mandate of promoting youth impact parliament's vision and activities. And then this report highlights the committee's achievements, challenges, and few recommendations for future improvements. Um, Speaker, I would want to. There is this activity that we've really undertaken, and we are very proud of. And this report will not be actually be a full report without uh, recognizing the fact that we've actually actively participated in the voter education series. We've continued to encourage youth MPs as at then to help us promote this education through the voter education series, which was actually initiated by the movement and then supported by the committee. The committee played a pivotal role in the voter education series, and then an initiative that was which was aimed at educating the general public on governance principles and then promoting peace during the 2024 presidential and parliamentary general election. And then I believe that those who have actively followed this voter education series can testify to the fact that the committee was at its best. And then elaborating on this, we use the social media platforms to engage a wider audience with interactive discussions on governance and peace building. When we talk about impacts too, we've successfully raised awareness among youth and other stakeholders, evidenced by positive feedback and increased engagement on various platforms. And then I quite remember that I met former Speaker, Right Honorable John Samegashi on one International Youth Network of UN, United Nations Security Council Resolution 2250 platform. Were also there. He actually chaired the sitting, and I also used that prominent platform again to to entreat colleague members of that house also about our voter education series through the Youth Impact Parliament. So we are trying our possible best to make sure that the world really hear about Youth Impact Parliament. Going forward, we as committee would go further into collaboration with the movement to see how we engage more media houses. So aside the the social media handles we are using, just as some other active platform or youth empowerment organizations are doing, we also want to double up our steps where we invite media houses, TV3, most prominent media houses to capture most of the things we are doing, because Youth Impact Parliament is really doing a lot that I think it is time that we come out from the shell and then let the country hear of us. So I believe that with the help of the committee and then the active participation of our members with their contribution, we'll be able to see to success of our publicity agenda. And then to conclude with the participation of the voter series, the initiative has highlighted the committee's ability to align publicity strategies with national priorities and then contribute to promoting peace and governance awareness. Mr. Speaker, with your indulgence, I will take my conclusion, and then if members have any comments to make. And to conclude, we have made significant strides actually in fulfilling its role, particularly through its contribution to the voter series, despite challenges in collaboration. Uh, Let me mention one challenge. Our key challenge we've actually, I think we are facing as a committee is for collaboration. We are not able to collaborate, bridge this gap between the committee and then the movement. So when we talk about content creation, and then for public consumption, we are not able to bridge the gap between these two parties. So it actually slows the activities of the committee, and then we are not also able to have fair record on some of the contents that are being posted. So going forward, we look forward as a recommendation that we'll be able to bridge this gap between the committee and then the parliamentary service together with the movement, so that the publicity committee will be able to oversee the true responsibilities when it comes to publicity or media engagement. And in that, I conclude that despite the challenges in collaboration, the committee remains committed to enhancing its strategies to better serve the movement and then the general public. Implementing the proposed recommendation, as I just earlier stated, recommendations will strengthen the committee's effectiveness and then foster greater impacts in future initiatives. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honorable Samson, for presenting the report on behalf of the Publicity Committee. Honorable members, the floor is open for inputs. Honorable Hubert.
All right, thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I just want to seek some clarification if it's an oversight or it's actually in the pipeline. So I don't know whether the organizing committee made mention of it though. I had a terrible network here. So the publicity committee is actually a nice report being read, and I might say congratulations on presenting your report to the House, and it's been well structured. Just an observation that I want to make. You see, when we talk about the publicity, you've taken out something that is very dear to my heart, and then I'm sure it will be dear to the heart of honorable members also. You could attest somewhere that when we visited Parliament 2023, the publicity of Youth Impact Parliament has suddenly increased, and then people start hearing of us more.
Okay, say bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Honorable Godfred, please, can you please mute your mic?
Speaker, with respect, because of leaders network, I couldn't. I think he was making a very interesting point for me to note. I'm on my pen to write, but then the network could not permit him to give me the relevant information he was holding.
So it's quite unfortunate. It's quite
Yes,
unfortunate.
good. Yeah, I just want to know
Any other
that
submission
one.
or
But anyway,
input into
kudos
the
for the
report?
report, and I'm really impressed. Thank you.
Speaker, I think
Any other input?
Speaker, I think he's back. Oh, if you can actually give him a minute to just, re-echo what he was actually trying to say.
Where is it? Was
Our visit to the parliament, because it's also adds up to the publicity of Youth Impact Parliament. Because you could all attest to the fact that when we went there in 2023, a lot of people heard of us. And the more we go, or when we try going again, you catch the attention of the public and then other big people too. So, what are the plans of either the organizing or the publicity committee? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Hubert. It seems you have thrown a challenge to both the organizing committee and the publicity committee. Um, Honorable Samson and Honorable Robert Alavi, um, who is
um,
not here, who is the
sp-
chairperson. Please take note and please take note of his submission.
oh, okay. Speaker, please, can I continue?
Um, Continue.
I want to make a point and then also want to respond to what leader said about our publicity based on our if I would need a clarification because I made mention that we'll be able to we want to enlarge the scale and in then making the general public or making contents for the consumption of the general public for them to appreciate us more. I believe that the leadership would also have to help us because when we are able to visit places there that the publicity will capture it. So Honorable Hubert made a very interesting scenario. So last year when we were at the Parliament of Ghana, that was from the third Parliament. We they were the committee was able to trend with that particular message. So where Speaker Bagmin was invited or welcome Youth Impact Parliament, and then the view, we could all attest to the fact that we were all happy, and then we capture and tag that, and through that we'll be able to welcome more members and reach out to more. But then without so Speaker, this will maybe on your directive do, and then the relevant committee should also take charge of it. Those who will make sure that maybe will go for more um, we'll visit more places to learn. And then from there, the publicity committee would also have more enough content to create for public consumption, just for the clarity and then for record sake. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Samson. Any other further deliberation? In the absence of any other inputs, the publicity committee report is hereby adopted by the House.
Yeah.
Honorable members, let's move to the special budget committee, chaired by Honorable Hubert Abude. Honorable Robert Alavi Komla, your hand is up. Please, may we hear you? Honorable Robert, please, you have the floor.
Yeah, good evening. Mr. Speaker, please, you mentioned my name earlier on. That's why I raised my hand, please.
Okay. So, Honorable Hubert, the organizing committee report has been laid to the House, been presented to the House on your behalf, and
Yes, please.
Honorable Hubert Agbaxode was making a point, and I was saying you as the chair of the organizing committee and the chair of the publicity committee too, you people should take note and work on what he's saying. It's a
Okay.
very nice submission. That's why I mentioned your name.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Sports and Games Committee, headed by Honorable Emmanuel Akpabli. Honorable Emmanuel Akpabli, chairperson for the Sports and Games Committee. Please, you can proceed to present your report to the House. Honorable Emmanuel, it's unfortunate is on the call, but is not responding. So, honorable members, let's proceed to the next committee, which is the Standing Orders Committee. Honorable members, the Standing Orders Committee is chaired by the Speaker. So definitely I'm the chairperson for that committee. Honorable members, the committee, upon meeting and deliberating, looking at our current provisions in our standing orders, we believe that we are satisfied with the provisions as they are, since it is adequate for the guidance and the operations of the fourth parliament and subsequent parliaments. So, honorable members, the committee therefore doesn't see any reason why we should amend the standing orders as at now. Honorable members, this is the summary of the standing orders committee report as I've presented to the House. So, honorable members, it's time for any inputs. Honorable members, any inputs into the standing orders committee report? Honorable Isaac. Honorable Isaac, I saw your hand.
Yes, please, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I
Am I
can hear you.
audible?
You're audible.
Right. Thank you very
Yes.
much, Right Honorable Speaker. I was saying that concerning the standing orders, I wanted to raise an issue concerning one of the orders, but unfortunately, I am not able to place the specific order. I just want to put the issue across. If honorable members could help out, locate that particular order, or if your noble self could get that. It has to do with speaking on the floor of Parliament in times of debate. And the specific order I am referring to has a provision where honorable members will not be allowed to speak more than once on the floor on a specific matter before the House. But I raised that in one of our sittings, and the explanation given to me seems to be different from what is captured. And so I just wanted to know if your committee has any reason to look at that particular order.
Thank you, Honorable Isaac Etonam. I remember I will collect the standing the order you are talking about. Yes, honorable members. I think as you have raised the issue, thank you for reminding us. We'll get to work. I think that that standing order is ambiguous and it needs amendment. So, honorable members, you should expect the amendment in the coming days, the coming sitting. We'll bring it to the House for deliberations on that. Thank you very much, Honorable Isaac. Any other inputs? Honorable members, in the absence of any further deliberations, the Standing Orders Committee report is hereby adopted by the House. Let's move to the Welfare Committee. Honorable Charles. Honorable Charles is the chairperson of the Welfare Committee. Honorable Charles, may we hear from you?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, in the August House. The Speaker, as the Welfare Committee chairperson of the Youth Impact Parliament, I'm pleased to present this report on the well-being of the Youth MPs during sittings. As directed by your office, that the committee to address issues related to the welfare of members. We focus on general well-being at sitting and report at general sitting of Parliament. The Speaker, with participation and engagement, the Youth MPs demonstrated exceptional enthusiasm and participation throughout the sittings. They actively contributed to the discussions, debate, and decision-making processes, showcasing their dedication, making a positive impact. This level of engagement is a testament to their commitment to representing their constituency effectively. The Speaker, physical and mental health. During the sittings, the Youth MPs' physical and mental health were monitored with consultation by our committee. Fortunately, no major concerns were reported. However, some members expressed fatigue and stress due to the furniture and then the time-demanding nature of some meeting. The Speaker, the furniture is relating to the JCR. The seat is not having armrest, whereby, and the backrest is not that long, whereby the members can relax and enjoy the sitting. The Speaker, with support system. As part of our welfare duties, we are working underway to create a support system for our members of Parliament. This includes counseling services, mentorship programs, and peer support network. Mr. Speaker, we believe that these resources will help the Youth MPs navigate any challenges that they may face in office. and prevent any unfortunate situation during sittings. Mr. Speaker, to further enhance the well-being of the youth MPs, we recommend to establish a mentorship initiative that paired the experienced members of parliament to provide guidance and support to the new ones. And also establish a feedback system that allows members to share their concerns, suggestions, and ideas for improving their overall experience. Mr. Speaker, we believe that with this, we can continue to foster a supportive and inclusive environment that promotes the well-being of our members. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, the MPs demonstrated a remarkable resilience and dedication during the last year's sittings. And as the Welfare Committee, we are committed to ensuring that their well-being is a top priority. By working together, we can create a positive and supportive environment to empower us for all of us to excel and make a meaningful impact. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I would like to make a statement. Mr. Speaker, we are not managing our social handles well. We ourselves, we are not engaging our social handles well. In the sense that if you're able to handle the social handles well, like respond, comment, like, it can be a source of revenue that will benefit all of us in regards to sittings, whereby if there's any money generated from this, we can use it to buy meal, whereby everybody will be served, not soft drink and biscuit. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Charles. Please, any input to the report? Honorable Samson.
Very much. Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, I want to thank the chairman for the brief report. I want to commend him and then his team for their effort to actually outline and also looking at the loopholes that need to address the welfare of youth MPs. And then I actually liked him because in his concluding statement, he actually spoke for me. He actually spoke for me. He spoke concerning my committee. So I think he deserves a level of applause there. So I thank him so much for that. And just I have few observations from the presentation, and then I want to comment, and then if notice can be made out of that. So the first one has to do with when he began the presentation. It's more concerned on during the sitting. So when I heard more of during the sitting, I have to go back to my standing orders again to actually look at the responsibilities of the welfare committee, and then that particular order is order 112. 1121 talks about the composition, but 1122, so from 2 to 5 describes their roles as a committee, and then what exactly I'm looking at is not part. So with that, Speaker, I need your guidance if that should also go as a recommendation to the standing orders committee. Though the point I'm trying to make is that not we should make Parliament or Youth Impact Parliament as a MECO or as a union. But then I believe that when we are talking about health of youth MPs, the committee should also be able to reach out to youth MPs at their levels, not only in Parliament. So, like I was saying, most of the submission, as I also referred to the standing orders, pinpoint on during sitting. So, but then I believe that youth MPs' health condition should also be looked at before sitting. So, in doing so, when something happened to you, youth MP, should it be celebration? Should it be something? When we have to mourn, let's gather and mourn with the person. And in doing so, who knows that in doing so, we are going far by exhibiting or demonstrating leadership through welfare and also what catering for whoever that needed us. So I believe that with these few points, speaker, I don't know how I'll be able to explain it much to understanding, but then welfare also has to do with the well-being of the person, not only during sitting, but then when it's being looked at from this perspective, I believe that we'll be able to even get more people through this. Let's assume Youth Impact Parliament has represented a friend at maybe at his outdooring. So let's look at these angles also and see if we'll be able to. It will not be all members, but then a delegate from speaker will also be able to just represent and then make a name out of it. So I am very interested in the making the name. That is the publicity aspect. I thank you very much, speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honorable Samson. Honorable Samson, point well noted, and I believe the chairperson of the Welfare Committee has also noted the recommendations you made. And for the recommendation you made in amendment of the standing orders, the committee on standing orders will look at that. Will look at that and give feedback to the house. Honorable
Thank you very
members,
much, speaker.
honorable members, any other the last input into the report of the welfare committee? Honorable Hubert, let's hear you. Honorable Hubert, please make it brief and short for us.
All right, thank you very much, right, Honorable Speaker. I just want to touch on the last statement made by the presenter on our social media handles be not being handled well. So he said we can leverage on the social media and then being a source of income. Right, Honorable Speaker, I will say we are creating a lot of content in Youth Impact Parliament, and which we can leverage on and then monetize our social media handles and then start generating money. Right, Honorable Speaker, I will say that even the 100 cities that the Youth Impact Parliament place on youth members to pay when they are filling their form, not everybody that pays that amount. But day in, day out, when we go for sittings, we could see that there is a printout being made, biscuits being bought, and drinks, even water, both bottled water and sachet water. All those things are money. Mr. Speaker, I will say that this money we pay is nothing to write home about. And as time goes on, the money finishes and the burden is being left on one person or few people to just handle. So if we can all take keen interest in following our social media handles, recommending it to others, and also liking on that one alone, our publicity will increase and we could also generate a little revenue from it, whereby the welfare committee recommended that we can be served with hot meals at our sittings. So, right on the speaker, we have to sit down and then have a broader discussion on this actually, on ways that we can start monetizing our pages. We have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have a whole lot of TikTok. We are creating content at every sitting, and what are our plans going forward? We have to take a deliberate or a conscious decision in making this work. So this is my little statement that I would like to make concerning this. Thank you, right honorable speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Hubert, for your submissions. Honorable members, please let's proceed. Honorable members, the report of the Welfare Committee is hereby adopted by the House. Honorable members, I received an indication from the chairperson of the Privileges Committee, Honorable Madeline Diako Madlesa. Honorable Madeline, please proceed and present your report. Honorable Madeline. Honorable Magdalene. Yeah, Honorable Magdalene, please proceed.
So, thank you so much. Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, Honorable Madeline, please proceed.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Madeline, you are audible.
Hello. Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Madeline. Please, you are audible. You can proceed.
Mr.
Honorable
Speaker.
Magdalene. Yes, Honorable
Hello.
Magdalene. Hello. You are audible. You can proceed. Honorable Magdalene.
Speaker, respectfully, I think if the network would not permit us, we can proceed while I mean, Second Deputy Speaker look at the connectivity and later return to the House.
Well noted, Honorable Samson. Honorable members, let's hear from Honorable Innocent. We skipped him. Honorable Innocent, Chairperson for External Affairs Committee. Please, you may present your report if it's ready.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. Please, am I audible?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Okay.
A report prepared by the External Affairs Committee. So from the Honorable Speaker, we have to assess the current engagement of YIP with the international bodies and outline strategies to strengthen its diplomatic ties. So going to the assessment of YIP's engagement with international bodies, we've realized that there has been tremendous improvements in YIP's reach, region-wide and nationwide. But internationally, there has not been much impact. Its impact has not been felt. And as a chairperson committee, as a chairperson of the External Affairs Committee, we are able to come out with some recommendations to strengthen the relationship of YIP with international bodies. And the first engagement is to develop comprehensive bilateral and multilateral engagement plans. By this, we seek to systematically enhance diplomatic relationships with key nations and international organizations by identifying priority nations and organizations based on shared strategic, economic, and cultural interests. And we also seek to create specific action plans for the bilateral and multilateral engagements, including periodic high-level meetings, joint initiatives, and cultural exchanges. And lastly, we seek to establish dedicated task forces to monitor and follow up on the progress of these plans that we have stipulated. And we expect to achieve the following, which is to strengthen relationships with key partners in these international bodies. And we seek to increase opportunities for trade, development assistance, and collaborative projects. And the second recommendation is that we will need to expand and leverage YIP's diplomatic network. And this is to extend YIP's presence and influence globally. By doing this, we will have to open additional embassies and consulates in strategically significant regions. Also, we will need to enhance the capacity and training of diplomatic staff to represent YIP effectively, and also foster the relationships with the diaspora and utilize their influence to build goodwill for our YIP. And by doing this, we expect to broaden international representations and influence, and to also improve communication and cooperation with host nations. And lastly, we will consider enhancing participation in global multilateral frameworks. By doing this, we will seek to actively contribute and shape global policy discussions and solutions. We will need to increase representation in key international organizations. Moreover, we will need to host international summits and conferences to position YIP as a leader in youth global discourse. Lastly, to advocate for issues relevant to YIP's national interests. And by doing this, we seek to enhance global profile and influence international decision making and strengthen alliances with nations sharing YIP's priorities. In conclusion, these recommendations will not only strengthen the relationship YIP have with nations and global organizations, but also secure long-term benefits for its members to enhance cooperation and influence on the global stage. The External Affairs Committee recommends the implementation of these strategies with immediate effect and commits to monitoring their progress and providing updates as required. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honorable Innocent. Honorable members, any inputs? Honorable Charles.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I thank the honorable member for presenting the report. If I hear him, I didn't hear any progress that they have made so far. I only hear a recommendation. If you can clarify on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Charles. Honorable Innocent. Honorable
Mr.
Innocent.
Speaker,
Please, would
Mr.
you like
Speaker
to
in the
respond?
House.
Yeah, would you like to respond to what he said?
Yes, please.
Please
Before
proceed.
I start presenting, I made mention of the impact of YIP nationwide and region-wide. But I stated clearly that the impact of YIP has not been felt globally, and there have not been engagements with international bodies to actually sell YIP to the global stage. So this is where we come out with the recommendations in the uh, subsequent times of the year, so that we will be able to come out with plans to actually achieve all this.
Thank you very much, Honorable Innocent. Honorable Charles, the directive was for the External Affairs Committee to monitor and assess YIP's engagement with international bodies. They are to assess the engagement with international bodies and recommend strategies to strengthen our diplomatic ties. So I was shocked when you were asking of the impact they have made. I believe the impact was out of scope of the directive I've given. The directive was just to monitor and assess the engagement with international bodies and recommend strategies to strengthen our diplomatic ties. So with this, I believe you are answered. Any other inputs? Thank you very much, Honorable Innocent, for laying the report, for presenting the report on the External Affairs Committee. You are discharged.
Thank you, Honorable
Honorable
Speaker.
members, the report of the External Affairs Committee has been adopted by the House. Thank you. Let me go back to the chairperson of the Privileges Committee, Honorable Madeline. Please, I hope your network is now stable, that you can proceed and present the report. But please, you can summarize the report and present it to the House. Honorable Madeline, you have the floor. Honorable members, Honorable Madeline have left the call. Honorable Madeline, please, you are back here. You can proceed. Your Honorable Madeline, please proceed. I've seen your hands. Please proceed. Honorable Madeline. Honorable members, please let's move to the next item on our order paper, which is the presentation of report by the select committee. Honorable Magdalene, your hand is up. I hope your network is better. Honorable Madeline, please continue. Please present the report. Please unmute your mic and present the report. Now, members, please let's proceed to item number 8, presentation of report by select committee. So I'll mention the committee. Anybody from the committee can present. So let's move straight to let me call on the chairperson for the Committee of Chieftaincy and Religion. Committee of Chieftaincy and Religion. Committee on the cost of living. Committee on Defense and National Security.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Committee's report from the Committee of Defense and National Security. Before I get into the substance of the report, I'd first of all like to congratulate the Minister Designate for the Ministry of Defense, the Honorable Dr. Edward Kofi Omanibuama, for that success chalk. Now, Mr. Speaker, because of time, I just want to get straight into it. We looked at the directive you've given, and for the purposes of time, I'll just paraphrase the directive, and that is to look at youth involvement in national security and then to propose so we looked at it in so much detail, and then we found security issues. But to surprise as a committee, what we found was not a very good one. We found out, looking at or judging from the current issues that we have, the issue at Nkwanta, Boku, and then recently at Obuasi, we found that the majority of the people causing these havocs are the youth. And so the report from the committee is such that the youth's involvement in national security issues is not one that is in a good standing. And we have a number of factors which supports why this is so. It's important that before we even make our proposals as to the recommendations needed to help, we lay some kind of foundation as to the problems that there are. And then based on the problems we have found, we can propose some recommendations. So I'll just go straight and talk about two of those problems, and I'll do that in tandem with the recommendations thereof. So I mentioned the problem that is accounting for low involvement of the youth in national security issues, and then the proposal from the committee. Number one of the problem is we have social exclusion and marginalization. When you look at the issue at Nkwanta, it's a key example. It's about tribal something, 3 tribes fighting against each other. The committee believes that if these tribes were all included, all having this kind of unity and cohesion, this kind of war wouldn't have happened in the first place. And based on that, the committee is proposing intercultural dialogue where different ethnic groups or cultural people from diverse cultural backgrounds could sit together and see reason to talk and resolve their differences amicably without resorting to violence. And the second problem we have identified as why youth involvement in national security is a bit on the low has to do with lack of economic empowerment. We found out that if the youth that are engaging in this violence and carrying guns around had some kind of investment, businesses going on in the places they are doing all of these things, we believe that, first of all, their possessions in those places would have restrained them from engaging in violence, which would then destroy their own investment. So we think that if they are empowered economically, so they can have some skills, they can have some businesses running up and about, and to be able to fend for themselves, it will prevent some of these conflicts, and it will help build peace in the country. I'd like to end here by acknowledging the members of the committee that put this together. We have the Honorable Wilhelmina Erabena Ohinewa Okutu. She's a member of the committee. And then I have my able deputy, Honorable Kundo Bernard Delakweku. Thank you, honorable members, for this fine report. And I thank you, Mr. Speaker and the House.
Thank you very much, Honorable Isaac, for your concise and precise report. Honorable members, the floor is open for inputs and deliberations. Honorable members, in the absence of any deliberation, the report of the Committee on Defense and National Security is hereby adopted by the House. Let's move on to Committee on Democratic Governance. Committee on Election Monitoring. Committee on Employment and Labor. Committee on Energy and Petroleum. Committee on Environmental Protection. Committee on Food and Agriculture. Committee on Gender and Children. Honorable Fatihat.
Honorable Speaker. Yes, please, I'm here. Please accept my sincere apologies. I've been busy since we started. All right, so please, am I allowed to proceed?
Please, you may proceed.
Thank you so much. I'm not sure if my chair is on this call, and also in view of the fact that we need to save time, I would briefly highlight a few gaps that have been identified with the policies regarding gender equality and children and social protection. The first is we are all aware that these policies aim to empower women and eliminate, in fact, empower men and women, yeah, and eliminate discrimination and protect the lives of children. But one thing has been clear from my personal research: most of these policies are in existence, and even sometimes we, the youth leaders, are not aware. And this raises eyebrows as to whether our leaders actually have ways of advocating to ensure that these policies reach the grassroots. Take the affirmative action bill, for instance. Till date, there are women, educated women, working class women, who don't even know what the bill entails. And it doesn't look good on us as a country, because if we are working to empower women's participation in governance and other civic duties, we have to make sure that these women understand that there is a bill that even seeks to empower them in those areas. Now, we've also realized that most of these bills, after being passed, they just end there at the top. Our leaders really do not make any efforts to collaborate with community-based organizations and youth groups to intensify the impact that these policies are supposed to actually have on our lives. We still have cultural norms and economic barriers actually hindering the effective implementation of these policies, sometimes even funding related challenges. So as part of our recommendations, we are hoping that even as youth leaders at the Youth Impact Parliament, we can take some of these things up. Maybe if we do, and then we try and draw the attention of our leaders at the National Parliament, they would find a need to partner with us and improve our general well-being as a group of people. One of the recommendations we have also is that we really do not, aside people who are within the NGO sector, I don't see a lot of youth leaders leveraging on social media and other digital platforms to amplify advocacy efforts. Sometimes you don't need to be at the forefront of the implementation of these projects or the decision-making roles, but you have to take, or let's say, make good use of the media, because this is a permissionless media. You don't need to pay to use it. As long as you have internet, you can access at least one medium or two or more media. And so we need to intensify advocacy. We need to leverage on social media to amplify the advocacy efforts that we want to make and see. We also need to partner with organizations and other youth groups. I mean, the global goals are many. And if imagine the impact we'll make if each and every member of the Youth Impact Parliament decide to take just one goal and work around it in their constituency. Number one, it's going to enhance, or let's say improve your influence and your reach. It's going to build your credibility. For those of us who have intentions to take up leadership positions at the National Parliament in some years to come, it will help you, build the foundation for all of those things. We need to also try to educate the beneficiaries of these policies for them to understand what the policy is about, what their rights and responsibilities are. A lot of times we talk about rights, but we don't enlighten people on their responsibilities. We forget that rights come with responsibilities, and that can also be very embarrassing on certain leadership fronts. And so we also need to intensify our strategic partnership skills. We need to network with people in power positions. If there is a policy and then you take it, you read, you've identified gaps, you need to network with people who have the power to actually make certain decisions when it comes to those policies. That way, in a way or the other, as young people would be collectively, let's say, fighting for the interest of all young people of this country and even beyond. So far, this is what I have. My chairperson, my honorable chairperson, would submit the full report in detail. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Fatiat, for presenting the report on behalf of the chairperson. Honorable members, any inputs? Honorable members, the absence of any further submissions and deliberation, the report for the Committee on Gender and Children is hereby adopted by the House.
Yeah.
Honorable members, let's move to the Committee on Local Government. Honorable Nathan Kubleno, please present the report to the House. Honorable members, please be
Okay, thank
reminded.
you,
Honorable
Right
members,
Honorable,
please be
for
reminded.
this opportunity. Um, please, representing the Committee of Local Government, and our presentation is on the opportunities for youth involvement in local government structures and recommendations for enhanced participation.
Honorable Nathan,
Okay, please.
please summarize your report for us. We don't have time. Please summarize the report for us. So
Okay, please. I hope you
you may
can hear
proceed.
me.
Yes, you are audible.
So, yes, please.
Please proceed.
Okay, please. So, okay, please. So youth involvement in local governance is crucial for fostering inclusive decision making and ensuring that policies reflect the diverse needs of the community. These are some opportunities youth engagement along with recommendations to enhance their participation. Now, opportunities for youth involvement in local government. One of them includes youth councils and advisory boards. This provides youth the chance to maybe other people present their needs, their wants as a help desk scheme to aid some people that may have certain grievances in this local government structure. The second thing is participation in local elections. This gives the youth opportunities to campaign and vote, and even run for local offices, which increases their representation in governance. And the third thing about the opportunities for youth involvement in local governance includes community development projects, which engaging youth in community services projects such as environmental cleanups or local events fosters a sense of responsibility and connect to their community. This hands-on involvement helps them understand local government challenges and solutions. And the fourth thing is digital engagement platform, as my honorable member said. And this also reflects in the local government structures, whereby opportunities for youth involvement in these local governments are being enhanced. So the utilization of certain social media platforms such as TikTok, such as Twitter, X, and other social media platforms like Instagram can be used to share information and also gather their input from younger demographics. So demographics has to do with the dwelling place of these youth that belongs to certain demographics and can participate with the enhancement of youth engagement. The fifth one is educational workshop and civil education. This highlights on providing educational programs that teach youth about the local government structures, their functions, and how to engage effectively. This knowledge equips them to participate more meaningfully in the civic education. Now, the recommendation, because of time, I would like to give like 3 or 4. Now, one of them is establishment of youth focused advisory boards. This creates advisory board specifically for youth to enhance their perspectives. Their perspectives are considered in decision making process. This formal inclusion can lead to policy that better addresses the needs of the young people. And secondly, leverage on social media for civic engagement, which are the recommendations for enhanced youth participation. The use of popular social media can also contribute to these efforts. And the third one is
Honorable members, it seems the chairperson for the Committee of Local Government has disconnected. Honorable members, let's move to the next committee on our list. Um, Committee on Human Rights, chaired by Honorable Constantine Ayetonam. Committee on Judicial Affairs, Committee on Legislative Affairs, Committee on Student Relations, Committee on Technology, Committee on Trade and Industry, Honorable members, I think I've mentioned all the committees that are supposed to present their reports. And I want to state it for the records that any committee member or any committee that is not able to present their report at this sitting, their reports will not be taken in the next sitting or any subsequent sitting, but the report will be tabled to the table office so that it will be captured by the Hansard department. I hope I'm clear. Honourable members,
Yes, Speaker, you are very right.
Yes, please, Mr. Speaker.
okay, so thank you. Honourable Natalias, let me hear from you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for recognizing me. I I've been facing a challenge with my network, so I easily get disconnected throughout the sitting. So I want to know if you have mentioned the Committee for Foreign Affairs already.
Yes, I've done that. If your report is ready, you can please present it, but you should summarize it for the house because we don't
Okay,
have time.
okay. Please give me some time. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker and the House. I am Elias Nate, the chairperson for the Committee of Foreign Affairs. So, by the Speaker's directive, my committee was assigned to analyze some international opportunities for the youth, including scholarships, exchange programs, and partnership. And this is what my committee has come up with. So, we have found out that a lot of scholarship and opportunities available for the youth. But some of the major reasons why the youth are unable to access these child network, no. And also, please, I hope I can be heard.
Yes, please proceed. You're audible.
Yeah, also, some of these scholarships are age and they are age limited, so it is focused on certain group of people, and also most of them are for people who are in, say, academia, or people who are in the universities and all that. The opportunities are not so much for people who are, excuse me to say, uneducated, formally educated. So this is some of the opportunities that are available. So we have governmental project Hello, I hope I can hear.
Yeah, please proceed.
Hello. Yeah. Exchange programs and scholarship for the youth of Ghana. And then most of these NGOs and universities take off the to benefit from. So that is what we have with the NGOs and then the universities. But then there are key issues that the youth face in accessing some of these opportunities. And some of these challenges, as I said earlier, the opportunities are not being made known to the youth, or they don't have knowledge about it. And then most of them are restricted by age and also limited to people who are undergoing formal education. So, to address some of these challenges, we are recommending that there should be a centralized online platform, a platform where the government can make known to the cannot just be, say, a TV station or anything. So what we can do is that through platforms like YIP and also other youth initiatives, the government can use our platforms to advocate some of these available scholarships for the youth by, first of all, making us ambassadors of these opportunities. Once, since we are the youth MPs for our various constituencies, if we carry these opportunities to our villages, to our constituencies, the people will get to know the benefits that are available for the youth and then get to also gain interest in taking part in some of these opportunities. We also recommend that there should be increased financing in promoting the youth. The government should um, put more into getting these opportunities for the youth, especially the foreign affairs minister should manage or should make budget available for the youth to travel abroad to study new things and bring back new ideas, innovative ideas and solutions in solving the problems of Ghana, in solving the problems of Africa. And also we recommend that stronger international partnerships should be built. So say Youth Impact Parliament, the government can leverage on platforms like this, the United Nations Youth Association, and all these youth platforms. The government can leverage on these platforms to create exchange programs for these youth and the youth in other European countries or American countries, so that when we get engagement with these people, we can learn new things from them and then come back to our mother Ghana to impact the knowledge that we are going to acquire there. And also simplified visa process. One of the key challenges that people face when they are traveling abroad for scholarship and also for exchange programs is the visa process. The system is so robust that it can even get you stressed and confused. So the government should pay a key attention to this particular process, so that if you are leaving the country on the basis of scholarship or on the basis of, say, your way easy to go out there and learn new things to come and impact into our country. And also, the youth themselves must take hold of their own.
Honorable Elias,
Yes.
please, in conclusion.
So, in conclusion, what we are saying is that though it is the government must play a role in ensuring that these opportunities or these platforms are available for the youth. The youth must also take responsibilities of their own future by searching for information and also getting to ask questions that are concerned about some of these things, some of these opportunities. And then I want your take homes, or I want the various honorable members here to take note of this, that we as members of parliament or we as youth MPs, our friends, our colleagues,
Honorable members, please, it seems the network of the chairperson on the Foreign Affairs Committee is not stable. So please let's treat it like we have heard the entirety of the report. So the little you heard, if you have any input, please you may proceed and give and do the inputs. Now members, any inputs to the report of the External Affairs Committee? Honorable Samson. Honorable Samson.
Speaker. Speak- Yeah, Speaker. Thank you for the opportunity. Very brief. I want to be brief, because of our time too. Honorable Elias have actually dealt with their report, and then I think they've done a very credible job. They've actually shown to the House that they've researched on the directive by the Speaker. That is to me, or that's what I have perceived. And there is one thing I also want to communicate to the House, just based on the report. Because when we look at our scholarship system, he spoke about a very centralized platforms that would make this information available to youth at their disposal. But then it's just quite alarming for us to know that most at times all these things are being seized again by our leaders. So the ordinary Ghanaian in my village, the ordinary Ghanaian in the northern part, the ordinary Ghanaian who is not available at where informations are, stands a very lean chance of getting these scholarships. So I believe that as the recommendation proposed, that platforms should be used across the country should to create awareness of these available scholarships for students and then youth in general. I think it's one of the things that the general public should look because when we look about the at the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, I think it's instituted around 1960, if I should be right. But then all these things, when we look at them, the beneficiaries, it's not coming from where it's supposed to come from. The beneficiary, the people, the targeted people we are looking at, where we stand as leaders to even defend ourselves, that because of them, they are the reason that we are making this commitment. At the long run, when you look at the end product, you realize that the fund is not really embedded as the areas or the people that we are targeting, the people we are truly looking to aid at. The second and then the last point I want to make is also the visa process he spoke about. It can be very, very stressful. I personally, this happened to me. I think that was in the year 2020. Okay, that was in the year 2020. So opportunities that turn up for students should be given, because two, I'm a victim because it happened to me and then my visa has to, delay, and then everything has to fail. So I believe that when opportunity is being given to a student, there should be a rate at which they look at the documentation, and then the how they can fast track the activities of those documents. If not, we will stand a very lean chance of winning these opportunities and then getting ourselves out of some of these mess. I thank you very much for the opportunity, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Samson. Honorable members, the report of the External Affairs Committee is hereby adopted by the House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honorable members, we have really exhausted our our business. I want to reiterate that all the committees that were not able to present their report today at this sitting, they will only table it to the house, to the table office without presentation in our subsequent sitting. So it should be stated on record. And Honorable Nate Elias, your hand is up.
Thank you, Right Honorable, for recognizing me. I think when I sent my report to the email address you provided, I had no response from whoever is managing the email address, and I am still waiting to hear a response if my message was received or not. So if you can address this issue, please do that for me.
Okay, well noted. Well noted, Honorable Elias. Well noted. Honorable Lena.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. My name is Lena Abnagenyo, and I'm the Vice Chairperson of the Privileges Committee. The second Deputy Speaker's network is not really good, so I'll be presenting on behalf of the Privileges Committee.
Honorable Member, I mentioned your committee severally.
Yes, she was the one supposed to present. She was about to present when the network went off. So we're hoping she would be able to join back. As of now, she's still not able to.
Okay, so please can you summarize it for us? Please, two
Yes, just a
paragraphs.
very quick one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so reports by the Privileges Committee at the sixth parliamentary sitting of the fourth Parliament of the Youth Impact Parliament. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The Speaker's directive to the Privileges Committee was to examine the existing privileges on the Privileges Committee was to examine the existing privileges on the current standing order for this Parliament, and they are satisfactory and therefore there is no need to amend any of the provisions as of now. And if that the committee has no recommendations to be made, we therefore call on members to adhere to to the provisions in order not to suffer from the consequences of entertainment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Lena. Um, the directives to the Privileges Committee was to review breaches of parliamentary privileges stated in the standing orders and recommend amendments where necessary. Thank you very much, Honorable Nila, once again. Please, any inputs? In the absence of any inputs, the report of the Privileges Committee is hereby adopted by the House. Honorable members, we have gotten to the last item on our order paper, which is adjournment to 7th parliamentary sitting in February. Before adjournment, honorable members, I would like to use this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to all of you for your active participation in today's virtual sitting. Your valuable contributions and the reports you all presented and your inputs were instrumental in making this session a productive and a very informative one. Your commitment to engaging in the discussion and sharing insight from your respective areas is deeply appreciated. Honorable members, the success of this sitting would not have been possible without your dedication. And I thank you all for staying from 6 p.m. till now. It is little over 9 p.m. I want to thank you once again for your continued support and prioritizing the interest of your constituents. I look forward in future collaboration. Honorable Samson, your hand is up. Honorable Samson. Honorable Samson. Then let me hear from Honorable Ibrahim.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Please, you asked me to contact somebody to schedule my constituency. I've forgotten the person whom I was supposed to.
So you should contact the Youth Impact Parliament number. The number that always circulates our messages. You should please contact the number. You'll be sorted out.
Speaker,
Thank you,
uh,
Mr. Speaker.
respectfully, I want to refer the honorable member to the chat, the live chat box currently. The line is being sent there, so you can humbly copy it right from there.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Samson. We have gotten to the end of business. Adjournment to 7th parliamentary sitting in February. I respectfully request an honorable member to move for the adjournment of today's sitting. Honorable Godson. Honorable Godson, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sorry to pull your leg back a bit. I was, let me say, my phone went off, so I had to go and put it on charge, and that was why I was not able to read my committee's report. And I don't know, Mr. Speaker, if you can permit me to do so now. Thank you.
Honorable member, please, we are far behind time, and I've made a directive that all those who are not able to read their report today, they should submit their report so that they can table it to the answer department for it to be captured. I hope I'm clear.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, you are clear, and I'm grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome, Honorable. Honorable Samson, please, are you moving for the adjournment of the sitting? Honorable Samson, please, you have the floor.
Speaker, please, I want to move for adjournment. So I don't know on which other honorable Lena. Okay. I think she has withdrawn the hand. So I proceed to move. Um, Once again, want to thank all MPs once again for their active participation in today's sitting, and in doing so, I so move that this honorable has adjourned to the seventh sitting, which is to be held in February. I so move, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Samson. Please, any seconder. Um, Honorable Savior, I'll see your hand up. Honorable Lina, please proceed.
I, Honorable Lena Abnagel, second that the meeting be adjourned to the seventh parliamentary sitting in February.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
Right
much,
Honorable Speaker in the Guest House. I go by the name Sylvia K. Aplade.
Honorable Savior, please proceed.
Okay, thank you, Right Honorable Speaker in the Guest House. I go by the name Sylvia K. Aplade, the Youth MP of Asin Central constituency. I bring you guys warm greetings from the good people of Asin Central. And Right Honorable Speaker, before I proceed to second the motion before the House,
Uh,
before I proceed to second the motion moved by an honorable member, I'd like to render an qualified apology for the delay and they're not able to do the presentation today. I was not informed earlier by my chairman that he's not in town. So when I got informed, I tried logging in, but the network wasn't favoring me. So to proceed, I rise to second
Honorable Savior, please, the motion
the
has
motion
already
moved
been
by
seconded by
Honorable.
Honorable Lina.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Savior. Your point is well noted, and the motion was seconded by Honorable Lina. Honorable members, the motion
Okay.
for adjournment has been moved and duly
Okay, thank you,
seconded.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, the motion for the adjournment of today's sitting has been moved and equally seconded. All members in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Honorable
Aye.
members, Honorable members, the ayes have it. The motion is carried. The House stand adjourned. Thank you very much, honorable members, for joining today's sitting once again. Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah.